Alrighty, guys. As stated, Dreamhack Montreal finals. People were wondering why and how Peeps won against G2. I was pretty harsh about it. Talked a lot about how it wasn't necessarily that the Peeps did anything too crazy. It was just they have a playstyle that's very volatile to other people making certain decisions, and G2 kind of fell into that trap. Chicago has said it that their playstyle will not work in the RLCS, and followed that up with it was something that the production team told him to say. But I also agree. I do think that the Peeps are going to have a difficult time in the RLCS if they continue to play the way that they are currently. Still think the team's plenty talented. There's a lot of potential, especially with Gyro, the way he's been playing on the last and final games. He's been clutching it up. I do think that G2 played pretty poorly. Chicago is coming into my chat in the middle while I was ripping them apart, and also agreed that they played extremely poor in this grand final, and we're going to kind of show that. Rather than going through every single match and through all the big details of it, we're going to focus primarily on the goals and why the goals happened. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Why did the goals go in? That's it. Really straightforward. So, before we do that, to answer questions from chat, Lawler, good luck, man. I highly recommend give it a shot with the controller. It might help. Finkel, we're about to do some replay analysis, and Watkins. You can find these replays literally on the internet. If you Google it, Google Dreamhack Montreal 2019 replays. It'll pull up Dreamhack's website, and they're there to download. You can take as many as you want. Real easy. Thank you for updating the tile, Wendy, because I wrote Vitality for some reason, even though we were supposed to be doing the other one. And then, I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. Either way, let's skip ahead to this goal. So, leading up to the goal, I want to see it when it's like a possession change. Okay, so we'll start from here. This is kind of the initiation of how everything happens. Ball's being cleared, and it is going to be on Peeps' half. So, JNap's in a good position to move in. Looks like Rizzo's going back to get boost. Unless he's flipping this way. Based upon the boost trail here, I think he's flipping this way. Yeah, he is. So Rizzo's following that up. You've got three players. Reddle's retreating. Mist also retreating. And no player to be found. So I don't know where Gyro is. No idea where he is. I think he got demoed based upon that noise. So he might have been over here. So you got three players retreating. Let's see what happens. No, Gyro's just way on the other half. Okay, so what is Gyro doing? Okay, he missed the hit on the wall. Okay. Good save by Mist. So this is weird to me, right? So Mist makes a good save. He's still going to be able to cover a near post. Doesn't want to. Reddles is probably going to try to rotate around and make sure he gets a better angle on this to clear it. Gyro has two options here. He can either rotate towards the play, which he's going to lose. Rizzo's going to get there first. Or he can go and support the other team. For some reason, he doesn't do this. He doesn't come in. If he comes in and demos JNaps, that removes this threat. Chicago's in the area with minimal boost. Rizzo's going to be able to come in and make a play. So if Gyro pretty much has two options. He can either go chase this down and try to create some sort of delay for his teammates. He can trust his teammates, go around and support it, and demo JNaps on the way, which removes the threat. So that means that Rizzo can only pass it down to Chicago, and Chicago is not really in a position to make him play. So ideally, I would say he comes here, goes around, and tries to cover backboard, but curious to see how it plays out. So he takes out Rizzo. Both him and Reddles get on top of each other for some reason. Chicago backflips and misses. JNap self-pass. Still not in. It's only a matter of time that G2 scores here. Rizzo got a double. Okay. So, couple major things wrong. There's two things to pay attention to. Watch G2 spacing on this entire thing. We're going to take off ball cam, actually. and just position back here, because this shit ain't going past half field anyway. So we're going to just do this, okay? So, J-Nap's in, Chicago to support, Rizzo coming through and can either cover this way or this way as the third man. So J-Naps makes a play, Chicago's there immediately. He backflips out, doesn't matter. Even though he doesn't make the shot happen because he makes a mistake, third man is there to follow up. And the fact that Rizzo is doing that in pace means he's going to beat Reynolds to the ball. During that time, J-Naps needs to rotate out, get back into position to make a play. Same thing with Chicago. Chicago can either go for a bump in net or rotate out. Same thing. Take Rizzo's spot. See what happens. Pop goes in. J-Naps rotates out. In that time, Chicago has rotated back around and cut in half because J-Naps needed to go midfield for a boost. If Chicago doesn't come in here early, they give away possession. The ball gets cleared. So good decision by Chicago. Chicago doesn't even hit it. Even better. Chicago, if he makes that challenge, it's 50-50. It's probably going to pinch and go back out over here where there's nobody. J-Naps would have to go all the way back around to make a play. So the fact that he shadows it, this is something that I refer to as mirroring. So a lot of content creators and a lot of community guys call it mirroring or call it shadow defense. I think shadow defense is a stupid term for it because it doesn't make any logical sense based upon the way that the concept of shadowing works. Shadow means you are to follow behind somebody, imitate them, you know? You are literally, if someone's dribbling this way and you shadow them, you're doing the same thing behind them. Mirroring is you are a reflection of what they are. If you have a player that's moving this way, you are also moving this way. They cut, you cut, and you're basically just weaving back and forth until they get into an area where you can create a challenge or you can contest the ball. Okay, so I'm going to refer to it as mirroring this whole time. So Chicago is mirroring the ball here. Literally by him just being in this area, it is forcing this player to move downfield. Okay, that's all he's doing. His positioning is literally there just to make the other player feel that presence. Okay, so he cuts in. He's moving across. Still there. Still there. Still there. Even though he's never going to make a touch, and J-Naps knows he's not going to make a touch, it's the fact that it is covered. In case someone does come in from any angle, Chicago is there to create some sort of cluster of whatever he needs to do to make sure the ball doesn't end up in their net. So he mirrors it the whole way, backs off, goes back into position, while J-Naps pops this, again, back in. Now, despite all that going down, don't forget about Rizzo. Rizzo makes his touch, comes across, demos the last person in net. Reynolds is now out of play. Gyro has moved hit. J-Naps has a free target on net. He's got roughly a 2-second window unless Gyro or Reynolds can recover. He pops it high. Should have just shot it. Mistake happens. Not a big deal. Goes up. Can't get it. Goes up again. Flat-footed in net. Going back as far in the net as he can so he can have some momentum coming into the challenge. Not going to matter. Needs to go backboard. Needs to rotate and support it. See what happens. Mist doesn't go backboard. Realizes the ball is coming down too fast. Someone needs to go up. Gyro goes up. Rizzo has good placement. If Mist goes on this back wall, if he, instead of cutting across, he trusts his teammate who's already in net. If Mist comes up here, he can make that save. Cuts off all of this. Well, probably like more like all of this. Gyro should be able to cover this. If a shot is well placed here or well placed here, it's going to be difficult either way. That's just a good shot. Okay? That's why offense always dictates. But in this circumstance, like, a lot of things could have gone better. J-Naps could have just smacked it and put it on target because of Rizzo's demo. And this is partial to the reason why anytime I can see Rizzo on offense, anytime I see his creativity, anytime I see his capabilities, is why I love him on offense. I've talked about it way too many years now. Do not put Rizzo on defense. Please. He's great as a third man, but when he's able to dictate up on offense, the times that he chooses to go for demos, the times that he makes plays inside, his passes, and no offense, like, his mechanics are pretty damn fucking good too. Like, I don't know why they do it. Now, G2 has gone into more of just a 3-man style centric rotation. You saw it here. Everybody getting involved. Chicago cuts in, backs off. J-Naps plays it in. Rizzo, to start it all off, made a play, didn't work. So Chicago half flipped here. During all this, Chicago was literally just there as a body to add pressure. He didn't touch the ball. Like, he backflipped here. Rizzo came in and took it. He went across, mirrored it here. J-Naps took it. And then Rizzo got it again. And that's fine. Like, the fact that they kept possession, like, that's a lot of time for these guys to not be able to get out of their own half. Plus, if Rizzo's messing in with demos, even if you do get boosts, you're going to get put on a 10-second timer, and you got 33 boosts when you respawn after 2 seconds of being gone. So, first play by G2. Really, really well done. They did everything that you want them to in a team. Okay, next goal, let's see what happens. I think it's a kickoff goal, right? So they handle the kickoff. Ball goes mid. Rizzo beats them both, and we have a double commit. Oh, yeah, I was bitching about this one on stream. Okay, watch this. So Rizzo trusts in the teammate, right? Watch this. It's really smart from Rizzo. Again. Chicago comes in, tries to make some sort of challenge so this ball doesn't get played downfield. I don't know if he's trying to deny boost. We're going to pick on Chicago here. How much boost does Chicago have? He got the boost. So Chicago got boost. Good. So Chicago comes in, gets boost. Denies that in the corner. I originally thought he was going to come up and try to deny it, but he got boost instead, which technically sets up this play. Putting that on a 10-second timer. So this will be up at like roughly 110. Okay. So sets it on a timer. Shit, that's not going to work. Let me just put it off and up here. So top left boost. Top left boost. We're just going to put B because it's easier. Let's focus on fly. We'll do none again so it doesn't bring me with every time. Okay. So we're going to see this play. So Chicago takes that corner boost. Relax. The title got updated. If you hit F5, it should fix it. Yeah, it should say Peeps versus G2 when he updated it for us. So, Chicago denies that boost, sets it up on a 10-second timer. Reynolds is following in pursuit. So, their positioning is really good. Misses bringing it downfield. If J-Naps challenges this, that's fine. Reynolds is going to come through. If that gets challenged, hopefully by then Mist is rotated out. And Gyro's still the third man. Does he become the second man, or does he still support if Mist half rotates and it goes this way? Plenty of options here. So, positioning is good on both ends. Chicago is the only thing that I'm kind of like iffy on right now. You got the boost tonight, that's fine. But what is he going to do with it? Is he going to rotate out? Is he going to follow this back? What is he doing? Rizzo is playing third man or second man technically really well. Technically, Rizzo is your third man right now. Oh, thank you. God, dude. It's going to be a long day. I was reading my own poor title. Appreciate it, relax. Alright, so I want to see what Chicago does here. I'm going to slow it down too because the game moves fast. So, same situation with Chicago. He knows not to interfere with this traffic. Or interfere. What the hell is interfere? He knows not to interfere with this traffic, but he is literally mirroring it. In this case, trying to just chase after it. Because he knows if... That is the straightest line I have ever drawn. Look at me go. Because he knows if Mist cuts in any way, he's going to catch up and create a demo. Right? It's okay to rotate ball side in this circumstance. As long as he doesn't interfere with the traffic here, he is there in case something happens. Because Mist is taking this wide angle. If he comes down, he's going to run into Chicago rotating back. As long as Chicago rotating backwards doesn't go straight into where the play is. Challenging backwards, rotating into the ball, is not always the worst circumstance. it's entirely situational based on what's going on in this circumstance. Miz took the ball all the way up. He took the boost. He's following it down. He knows JNaps is going to come in a challenge. And Rizzo's way the hell over here. So if that does happen, say this 50-50 comes out, Chicago can turn back around and make something of it. If he needs to, the other option is just to go and support it. Both things are fine. Because I guarantee after this, Chicago's probably going to go for these boosts and then turn around. Let's find out. Immediately turns for the boost. Goes up for the ball as well because he's the closest to it. Rather safe than sorry. I get it. He doesn't realize how speedy Rizzo is. Like, Rizzo is already reading this. Clearly first to the ball. So, it's a double commit, but it could be worse. Chicago can always roll out of this. So, ball goes up. Chicago realizes, okay, I should go. He backflips out because he sees Rizzo up. Chicago is now in a perfect position. So, again, heads up play. Chicago follows this back. Traffic's created here. Ball pinches out. JNaps can now go and deny. It's still only been 3 seconds, by the way. So this is still not up for another roughly 7 seconds. But he can go headhunting. He can go for demo. He can go for this. Or he can just be patient, which is what he does. He sits here and goes for a redirect. Because this play is going to go out. And you'll see this happen at full speed when I play it in a sec. Chicago goes up, sees Rizzo's already up, backflips out, is in a position to help. Now your third man is Chicago. First man, second man waiting for a pass downfield. Okay. Ball goes out. Rizzo plays that downfield. Why these two both went, I have no clue. Okay. So you know how the rest of the play goes. We'll play this at full speed. I'll show you it from G2's perspective, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll do it from Peeps' perspective. So ball plays out. Chicago goes, denies the boost. Plays it back, follows, gets pinched in midfield. He goes, backflips out. Two people commit, plays it over. Open net for JNaps, just has to redirect it in. He hits those. Easy peasy, right? 2-0. Let's check for Peeps' perspective now. Okay. So, 50 comes out. Reynolds misses. Not a big deal. Trusts his teammate. He's going to get the boost for it. Rotates back out. Rizzo beats him again somehow. Plays in the corner. Okay. Miss is going to take this up as Chicago denies the boost. Hits it way too far out of his possession. That thing pinches a little bit. Or he gets a little bit of like a power hit on it. It doesn't roll as cleanly as he hoped it to. So as he's going up here, the ball is already on the wall. So when he comes up, it pops and goes out. That throws away positioning. Don't use Twitch at all, chat. I'm glad Lawler's quality content. Yeah, appreciate it, Ruckus. Hope you're doing well, man. So because that ball is on the wall, when he goes up and he props this thing goes out. He either needs to let that ball roll up a little bit more and then beat it and match the pace, or hit that as hard as possible downfield. He needs to treat that as a clear. Doesn't. Ball plays in. Okay, so this is the problem I have. That ball goes up. Reynolds, that ball is fucking behind you. You will never get that. Your momentum is moving this way. You need to rotate and support your teammate, or have trust that Gyro's going to get it first, and you need to go downfield for a pass, similar to what Rizzo did for JNaps. JNaps is going to move here. Rizzo's going to play this to him. Same thing could have happened. Gyro could have got to this, played it across, and Reynolds could have been here. It is entirely situational, like I said.
Lawler,
it is one or the other. Reynolds, as the quote-unquote third man, his sole purpose here is to read what is about to happen. Mist took himself out of the play. He's gone for a long time. Mist has to recover and come all the way back. Complete other side of the field, right? Reynolds' sole purpose is to read this situation. What is going to happen? Gyro was that third man. Initiated. Moved across. Now it's my job to make this save. I need to challenge this. I need to delay time so he can get back. And so he can also have time to get in a better position, right? It is one or the other. There is nothing else. Gyro needs to go for this. You need to go and support it. Your decision to support or go out for a pass is recognizing with ball cam, is my teammate going to win? That's it. That is his job. Instead, He turns on it. Even though Rizzo is already, what, 3 car lengths off the ground? Maybe more, maybe 4. Rizzo is pretty high off the ground already. Chicago realizes it, double and backflips out. Rettel should have done the same thing. Because if Rettel's backflips here too with Chicago, he can easily come across and possibly get there in time. Just like that. If Reynolds does the exact same thing as Chicago here, he backflips and goes back, this shot from JNaps is not as simple as it looks. But instead, they both commit. They get punished for it. Now, I'm going to defend my fellow commentators real quick, as well as myself, because I have your guys' attention. 2 things. Number 1, all that I just showed you happened in 7 seconds of gameplay. 7 seconds. Everything I just told you. Still with me. 7 seconds of gameplay. Literally all that shit just went down. As a commentator, you have 2 seconds to explain that. Everything I just said that took me about 10 minutes, 2 seconds as a caster. That shit's happening live, and then we're on to the next thing. You don't have time to stop and break it down and talk about every little minute detail. You just can't. It does not exist. Part of me hates that. Part of me loves it because it brings you guys to my channel and I can talk about it. Yo, you hit the 1 year. Fuck yeah, monster. Is that all I have to do? Is that it?
Yeah, kind of. I appreciate you, Lawler. It is ooh la la Lawler.
Lol metal.
Hell yeah, monster. Thank you for the 1 year resub, man. 12 months in a row, dropping 1 year, getting yourself a new badge. Appreciate the love and support, monster. Welcome back to the Snack Pack, dude. Appreciate having you. What's up, Foggy? Nitrous,
Lawler,
appreciate the follow.
shut up.
Kelzin, I don't know how to say that. Kelzino. Appreciate the follow as well. So, like I said, you guys, I'm not accusing you guys of doing it, the ones that are in my chat. Usually my community is pretty damn super when it comes to support. Understand how difficult it is for a caster to not only articulate what just happened, but do it in a very fast pace all the time. There is so many things going on in Rocket League at one given moment. It is not possible to catch everything. For all I know, that entire play, I could be doing this.
Lawler,
right?
Shut up.
I could be, as a caster, only watching this. Watching literally Rizzo's perspective. That's it. Look at how much I'm missing right now. I had no idea that Chicago backflipped there. And that's part of the reason why he's up, ready to make a play, and the other teammate is not. There's a lot of things like that. Now, credit to Miss. Miss did get back relatively quick. But still, who's judging casters? Literally everybody. People shit on casters all the time, dude. Even some fellow, or like former pros used to do it. And then they hop in the booth and they're like, fuck, dude. Yeah. Nitrous. It's insane, dude. Like, credit to Chicago. Chicago, I ripped on pretty hard last time we watched these replays. Because of what happens later in the game. Or later in the series. But, like, this backflip and this decision here, both these things back to back are fucking fantastic. Denied the boost because he knows he's not going to be able to make it in time. Puts it on a timer, so even if something does happen, it doesn't matter. Because they're going to find themselves back on offense. He trusts JNaps to make this touch because the ball got pushed away possession-wise. It's a mistake for missed. It happens based on that pop. Backs out of the way. Sees the aerial. Probably in his comms is hearing, Rizzo, I got it. Right? I also hear the boost over to my right in my headset. Backflips out. And that happens like instantaneously, man. Isn't that insane? Like, all that stuff happens split second. It's literally been 2 seconds since that ball. Like, it's unreal. It is absolutely insane that shit's going down. Okay? Goes back in, doesn't even need it. Ball's in the back of the net. Was that Miss fault, though? Could he really do anything about that ball rolling up the wall? So the thing that I mentioned about it, and you're gonna see it here. I'll show you. Watch the way the ball rolls here. So he plays a good touch here. As soon as he rolls up into that, it's more credit to Chicago than it is missed. Because if I'm missed here, right? I have two thought processes. Get the ball out or force a 50-50, right? If you're ever in trouble on defense, 50-50 is a great way to buy time. You literally just sit behind the ball. Shadow the fuck out of it. So the ball's moving this way. You just wiggle your ass back and forth until this player comes and challenges that. And then you make a 50-50. Not only does it buy a shit ton of time, you're not wasting any boost. You're not putting yourself out of position. It is literally forcing someone on their team to make a play. And you just wait. And during all that time, you've got your two teammates who are now boosted up and in a better position. So he has two options here. First option, boom this shit downfield. Try to get it as far as possible. Second option, play it slow. Credit goes to Chicago on this. If he plays this slow, Chicago easily could have smashed it. Could have gone back in. J-Naps comes in. Same situation, right? Mist is in a really rough spot. Credit goes to Chicago. There's so many different circumstances that I could formulate based on like how this is playing out. But the biggest one is Chicago makes a really good play here. Pressuring this by Chicago is great. Whether he goes high or whether he comes low, it does not matter. Chicago, by just being here for the third time now, is doing a really good job. Hopefully that makes sense. Because I'm out of lemonade. That makes me upset. Appreciate you guys all being here and talking Rocket League as well. Hopefully you guys learned something.
Lawler, shut up.
You the best. Appreciate it, Foggy. Hey, appreciate the falls, guys. Yeah. I mean, Rizzo did not make a split-second decision. Rizzo went for it immediately. There was no hesitation on Rizzo from this. Watch. So look at Rizzo's view, right? Chicago's rotating back. J-Naps is challenging it, okay? So you have Chicago coming this way. J-Naps is going to go and challenge this. It's going to create some cluster here. Whatever happens after, Rizzo has to make a decision. He just got 100 boost as well. He's ready to go. Okay? Literally all these things are perfect for Rizzo's circumstance. He's in a great position. He can cover far. He can go downfield if there's a pass. Like, say J-Naps just wins this super hard. He's got to pass across. Rizzo bangs that in. Right? Rizzo's in perfect positioning here. He's doing a great job. Came across. Rotating out. Denying boost if he needs to. He's good to go. So he's watching this. I want to play this in slow-mo. Watch how fast he reacts to this. Okay. Moves in to get closer. Ball gets smacked. As soon as it hits that wall, less than a second. Less than a second, he's up in the air. And he's the first one to do it. It's not about seeing if he went for it too late or not. It's a matter of who is in the best position to make this play. And Rizzo definitely didn't break rotation. Rizzo was sitting here watching, right? Chicago's rotating back. J-Naps makes his play. That makes Rizzo the next guy up. Chicago should rotate around and play defense. Rizzo makes the challenge on the ball. What's crazy is Rizzo comes up for this. The scary thing is Rizzo comes sideways, right? By Rizzo challenging this way, if Gyro meets it, that ball's going to pinch, least angle of resistance, and go out. Which Chicago's going to be in a position for anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Rizzo's job here is to simply delay anything going this way. But because he's so wicked fucking fast, he gets to the ball and plays a perfect pass to J-Naps, and we get a double commit. Like I said, all situational. If Redo's backflips just like Chicago does, we've got a stalemate. It's the exact same scenario. Like, look. Player here, player here. Player here. Well, fuck. Player here and player here are these two players and then these two players. It is pretty much a mirror. Obviously, positioning and stuff benefits G2 because they created the opportunity. But it is pretty null. Like, they all cancel each other out for their positioning. It's just Rizzo made a better play. If Rizzo gets enough... Yeah, theoretically, it's possible, but Chicago's going to make that recovery. All Rizzo has to do here is make a touch. Period. Yo, Nick, appreciate the bits, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Like, legitimately, as long as Rizzo makes a touch, Chicago has plenty of time to do whatever he needs to. That's it. Simple as that. Chicago probably still has like 85-ish boost based upon my brain. Let's find out. 78. He just picked up 12. So yeah, I'm off by what, 6 boosts, 7 boosts? So Chicago has more boost than anything he ever needs to accomplish, even after the backflip. So he goes up for the aerial. Backflips out immediately, doesn't even waste anything. So Rizzo is going to go up for that. He sees that. Even if Gyro has a better approach and beats it here. Like, say Gyro comes in and just dunks the shit out of Rizzo, right? Like, Rizzo hits it, Gyro hits it, and it pinches this way. Chicago's still fine. There's no way that G2 loses this circumstance because of how quick Rizzo was. Like, that's 2 really good plays from, or three good moments from every single player. Chicago leading here, shadowing back, JNAP's creating opportunity here, Rizzo winning a challenge. 3 back-to-back plays where they just beat him out. Okay? Now, I could talk about this play literally all day, but we're going to go to the next goal. Okay? It's one thing to have yourself get beat like that, but then it's another to score 3 goals immediately after. Okay? So let's go back to we'll do fly cam. Okay. So you guys can see rotations easy. 50-50, another 50. Chicago just beats them. Okay. So I don't know if that was communicated, that boost take. Chicago backed off of that. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it allows JNAPs to get it. So. First challenge dead even. Second challenge even again. Chicago decides to go and take a flick. He makes a good touch on this, actually. Just doesn't get the flick power he's looking for. So he backs out, allows Rizzo to go in, which makes sense. Chicago has side boost here. And he actually cuts out. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it allows JNAPs to get it. That's a mistake from JNAPs. I don't know if he meant to do that or not. JNAPs just got boost. I don't know if he meant to do that. It looks like he does, but he needs to go up. Also, I have highlighter, not draw. He needs to go up and make a play here because he's the only one. They're both retreating right now. You've got 2 players retreating on this play. So watch it from... let's watch from here. So, Rizzo goes up. Gets it. That's a good touch from Gyro. I don't know if he intentionally did that. Is this challenge delayed? It is. Oh, Gyro, you fucking monster. What a play, dude. Watch this stutter from Gyro. Okay? We're going to zoom in on that bitch. So you can't miss it. Okay? Going up. Speed, speed, speed. Delay. He's going to delay this. If they come in and meet this, Rizzo wins, gets what he wants. He doesn't. He stutters a little bit and then hits it. Forces Rizzo to hit it first, which pinches into him. Pushes it down and out. Okay? Full speed this on Gyro. Break. Double break check. Forces Rizzo to lose that. Because of that, it creates a beautiful bounce to Reddles, who smashes that downfield and then follows up his own touch. Nobody's up for it. You've got a good counterattack there. What happened in the midfield? That's what I want to know. So, Chicago doesn't have any boost. Backs out. Misses that midfield. So he's got to go far or near. They both... So this is a big thing about Rocket League. I talk about all the time on the desk. It is a domino effect game. If one thing does not go your way, things can fall apart with some of these better teams. Mistakes or individual plays are going to be rewarded because of it, okay? So in this circumstance, Chicago cuts back in because he has expectations Rizzo's going to take it. JNAP's also moving upfield because they both have expectations that Rizzo is going to win this 100%, okay? Because they move up here and that ball comes out, they now are both forced to retreat. He's without boost, has to go back as well. They're both spent retreating. JNAPS needs to get on the back wall or challenge this. He goes up for the challenge. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
I appreciate you, Lawler.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
This game is so momentum based.
It can be. It can be, Colt. How you doing, bud? Thanks for dropping the Twitch Prime sub here, man. Welcome back to Snack Pack. Enjoy the badge and the emotes, dude. Hopefully all is well with you and the boys. Appreciate the love.
Lawler, shut up.
Agent Sin, appreciate the follow, man. This game one? It is. It is still game one. I will be doing each game individually to show you guys the goals. Because this first one has a lot to it. There's a lot of games. No, bro? What? This helps me out a lot. Hey, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Hopefully it's helping a lot of you. If not, I mean, hopefully you guys are just enjoying the content in general. We do this every Wednesday. We might have to do it more during the season. If I literally don't have to play Rocket League at all during the RLCS season, not only is that better content for you guys not to watch, but stuff like this is kind of my... Like, I could do this stuff literally all day. I prefer doing this. That's why I get paid. So, anyway. That was that goal. Let's go back to the beginning. Another goal immediately after. Gonna be playing RLRS. Best of luck, man. Agent, if you guys have a team, Brawl, check it out. Yeah, we're doing all right. Hell yeah, man. Agent Sin, if you have a dedicated team that you're playing with, sign up for the Brawl. Do exclamation point, sign up. Check out the details.
Lawler, shut up.
Yo, Expert Trickster, appreciate the follow, man. I don't know if you're NA or EU, but if you're NA, Brawl Open qualifiers are on Friday, 4 p.m. Central. If you're Europe, it'll be next week Friday, last week. But if you're playing in qualifiers, it might overlap. Just trying to get into GC, but this helps up too. Yeah, watching GC gameplay is a really good way to see things that are exploitable. Just a matter of if you have the mechanics to put it into effect, and if not, positioning will make up for a lot of it. All right, next goal. So, Choo-Choo goes up 2-0 due to really good plays and good pressure. A lot of good decision making. They get beat because Gyro makes a fantastic play on that. Really good play from Gyro on that. Rizzo's going to bang that. Plays it over. Unfortunately, the touch is kind of bad. Good challenge by Mist. And then a bump too. No way, Mist. Okay. This play's dumb as shit. Jesus. Alright, so a couple big things that happen here. All starts with one mistake. Okay? Believe it or not, this happens right off the kickoff. Reynolds gets a beautiful kickoff. Supported immediately by Gyro with the cheat up. Right? Ball comes in. Gyro applies pressure. If Rizzo has this free, he can play this over to Chicago. Chicago can take it downfield. Gyro causes interference. What happens? Ball gets hit softer. And rather than going downfield for an easy place for Chicago to bring up the wall, ideally what's trying to happen here is Rizzo is trying to play it about here so Chicago can go up the wall, bring it downfield, make an air dribble, take a shot on net, get somebody out on defense, whatever he's got to do. Because of that challenge here, ball plays short. Chicago has to back up. Can't do anything with it. Ball gets played back in. This is where the siege begins, okay? It's a wavepunk-esque color term. Siege. Basically the ability to hunker down and continue pressure. Okay? We're going to see that here. So, ball plays in. Great pass up to Gyro. Plays it back on target. By playing it on target, JNAPS is now being removed from the play. He's got to make a save. Okay? Chicago's still rotating back. Chicago's got a really weird circumstance here. If the ball is here and JNaps makes a save, is JNaps going to play it back here, or is he going to play it across? Plays it across, he needs to rotate here. Possibly get a demo if he can. Probably not. Plus Rizzo is here. Based upon the way Rizzo is facing. Rizzo is facing inside. So, Chicago can go both ways. Entirely up to him. Chicago can either go around. Why did that get small all of a sudden? Chicago can either go around and support Rizzo, who looks like he can make a play, or he can hope JNaps is going to clear it this way, and he can swing around with momentum and go this way. Let's find out what happens. Chicago goes straight back into net, goes a little bit wide, supports Rizzo. It's fine. You got 3 people. JNaps trying to create tension. Rizzo there to support it. Chicago to support that. That's all fine. Ball played up. Push down. 2-bag clears, and then a beautiful pinch. What a challenge. Okay. So rotations here on Peeps, really good. This is why the Peeps do so well. They just don't give a shit. It's fucking nonstop. They challenge everything, and you can punish the hell out of it. Watch. So played back inside. Reynolds goes up. There is no one here to help this. This guy's going back. This guy's not in a play. He's going to dump it. Hits it into the wall. Nothing. Clear, too light. It's unfortunate, Rizzo. Clear's too light. Either needs to play it harder because he's trying to get it to JNaps. I think he wants to hit this to JNaps, and JNaps wants to redirect. Put a doink on it. But it falls short. Credit to Gyro for coming up and challenging that. That touch there by Gyro is 100% the reason why they get this goal. Kills it there. Miss comes in. And then that bad boy just pinches. Super aggressive playstyle all the time. And then whatever the hell this is from Mist, whatever, Mist. Watch this shit. Where you at, Mist? Okay. Follows him off the wall. Goombas him. And then he can't recover. They play so aggressive. So aggressive. And they just don't get punished for it. The benefit of playing that aggressive is it overwhelms teams. And you saw what happens there, right? The difficulty, though, is if one thing does not go your way, as we saw in the first 2 goals for G2, it's easily punished. It's a very risky playstyle. It forces you to play extremely well all the time. It's mentally draining. It's part of the reason why I'm surprised if they get into like reverse sweeps and stuff, or if they get into like game 7s where it's back and forth and they're not playing to the best. Like if they go into like the last game losing, I'm super worried about the Peeps. If you pull up like Dreamhack results, they lost to G2 earlier. Show you. Let's pull up Montreal. Do some Peep searching. Okay. Where they at? Peeps G2, they lost. I wonder why. They had momentum going in, but then got 2-0'd after a long OT. Why is that? My only conclusion is when you play a 6-minute super hyper intensive OT, it is very, very difficult in Rocket League to recreate that performance at all times. It is so draining. That is the only conclusion I can maybe draw from it. I would have to go and watch that replay again and see what happened here. It could have been mistakes. And if it's just simple mistakes, it could be exactly that. G2 just played smart. They were, mentally strong, and they just won it out. It's 100% possible. Okay? So they lose to this. Even after winning a big-ass OT, G2 still bounces back. That's credit to G2, obviously. But it's very likely that Peeps cannot recreate that performance all the time. It's very difficult to do. When it does work, it's brutal. Okay? Peeps go on and win it in the finals. Why? G2 wins the OT, but it's very short. Every OT they had, super short. That benefits a team like the Peeps. Now, this is a total shot in the dark correlation that I'm making. there is a strong chance that may not be true. It is something that I 100% will be trying to pay attention to during this season. It is something that I will be bringing up on the desk 1,000,000,000%. Short OTs benefit the Peeps 100%. I think G2 is the much stronger mentally team. They're much stronger mentally, and they handle long series well. I think their defensive playstyle is fantastic. I think when they get on offense, they punish hard. Peeps is just go, 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 go all the fucking time. Those short RTs. If G2 can hold off on that initial kickoff and find themselves on the other side of it, they will win. But all 3 OTs. This OT, first OT, super short. G2 actually snagged that one. Peeps won the long one. I don't know, man. It's tough. I need to go watch those replays and see if there's a thing that correlates to how G2 lost, why they lost, and if it translates over to the Peeps in their next match. It's a very, very arbitrary thing right now, but I'm curious. Something to think about. I'm gonna see if it stays persistent through the RLCS this season. When is RLCS? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? Schedule is out. Schedule's ballin', by the way. Schedule's super good this season. Let me pull up a calendar. It is the 5th and 6th of October. So, there's that goal. Another kickoff. Good read by Gyro. What an angle. Holy shit. Okay. So, kickoff happens. Gyro wins it. Chicago's not there. Redo's also demos him for it. So now they got 2 seconds to work with, and Rizzo's pass is going to fall short and go straight into blue possession here. JNAPS is on the other side of the field. So the ball falls short. Great touch by Mist. If that ball pops out, it's an easy clear for JNAPS. But because he keeps it close to the wall, someone's got to go get it. In this case, Chicago. Mist is probably going to beat him on it. No, he loses it. Again, soft hit. Goes down because it hits the ceiling. Instead of it going downfield and relieving pressure, it's still on their half, which allows Gyro to get it again. So that's now another clear that's denied. You've got 2 people retreating for the same boost. That's a mistake. JNAPS is good. Chicago needs to come across wide, or Rizzo needs to come across wide. I'm pretty sure it's Chicago who is following on this one. Yeah. So because Rizzo cut in front, this is now your 3rd man. Chicago needs to go this way. Collect these small boost pads if you can. This boost is also up. Rotate around this way. JNAPS comes in. Rizzo's there to support it. So mistake here with 2 people going this way. That was so convoluted. Yeah, big mistake there. So, Chicago and Rizzo both going for boost. Chicago says, I need the boost. Rizzo backs off. Comes and turns around. Because he's turning around, he can't make this save. It's too late. Shot's already there. None of that's an issue if this happens instead. If I can pause it. Instead of Chicago going like this and Rizzo going like this, Rizzo already is in front, technically. Rizzo takes this. Chicago goes here. JNAPS goes here. Guess who's in net ready to make that save? Pretty slow turn by Rizzo. You want to know why? Guess he's trying to save his boost. Because he doesn't have any now. Because him and Chicago went to the same spot. That boost in the corner was crucial. But why nobody rotated wide for this one? JNAPS was relieving the pressure. JNAPS came across to make a play here. Hopefully to buy time. In that time, someone could have easily came to this corner instead. I'm thinking Chicago. Rizzo could have came to this one. And now you have one covering here. And you have one covering here. It's not even about cutting rotation. It was a communication thing. Chicago called them off. That's fine. Rotations aren't as concrete as everybody thinks. They're just kind of like a rule of thumb thing. But for pro teams, like, you have to understand, like, this is a communication thing. Like, Rizzo's cutting in. Chicago goes, hey, man, I need boost. So he goes, okay, and he backs off and goes to net, as he should. But, unfortunately, bad things happen when that happens. Credit to Reynolds. It's a good shot. Immediate pressure, put it on target. It's not an easy shot to make either from where he's hitting it. He's hitting from, like, here. It's a good play. So, now, after being up 2-0, this is where credit goes to G2, man. After being up 2-0, G2 is now down by 1. 26 seconds left. How the hell do they bring it to OT? Let's find out. Another 2 kickoffs in a row, win for G2. Good follow-up. Rizzo going to go for another bump. Can't get it. Cuts in short. Doesn't get that either. That ball bounces high. Chicago with a good touch. Back to JNAPS. No double. Okay, what does Rizzo do here? Oh, shit. Played down. That should have been the end of it. No way did they actually get this. What was that touch miss? What are you doing? Or Reynolds, what are you doing? So misplays it over. Reynolds just needs to wait here. Just wait. Just wait, dude. Just watch this shit develop. Let that play out, and then go and smash it when it's done. Mist is on the back wall, and you're going for an aerial. It now forces him out. Guess who's now got a counterattack ready to go? And this is how you beat the Peeps. They're going to aggress on fucking everything, dude. The Peeps will hit every ball they get the chance to. All the fucking time. And if these guys can hold that initial pressure off and stay patient, they've got 3 people counterattacking against probably 1 or 2 every fucking time. That's how you beat Peeps. That's a great fucking play from Chicago, too. Again, Chicago, bring in pressure. Stand in front. Gyro can almost make that, but Chicago literally, like, he squishes him on the wall like a fly. They bring that shit to OT. Such a good play. Huge mistake. Huge mistake by Reynolds. Shit happens. Go to OT. We only got 20 seconds. Let's find out what happens. No pinch. Played in the corner. Played high. Rizzo wins. Good patience by Gyro there. Played downfield. Good shot on target. Oh, no. Oh, no. Domino effect again. So, pretty straightforward on this one. Ball develops, etc. Nothing crazy. Everybody's in a good position. The expectation that is created here by this player doing this forces this player to go get boost, forces this player to probably move upfield and go for a play, for a pass. Because this miss happens, ball settles here. He's out of play. He's out of play. Easy goal. One mistake. That's all it takes. That sucks. It sucks, man. That's 2 huge mistakes back-to-back from Reynolds. And I hope mentally he gets over it. They won this series, so clearly it wasn't that big of a deal. But I'd be curious. So, like, if I was
Lawler,
casting this game, right? If I was casting this game and I was at DreamHack, you know, and I'm on the casting desk with fucking Shogun or Johnny, I don't give a shit who, and I'm casting this shit, the first thing I'm saying after I see those 2 things go back to back, I'm like, damn, Reynolds, like, those some mistakes. We're gonna watch you for the rest of this fucking series. Because I'm going to see one of two things. Either A, you fall into a hole and you can't get out of it unless you score, or B, you play over aggressive to make up for those mistakes, and it either A, pays off, you get your confidence back, or B, it puts your team in a worse position. Most circumstances, it's going to be the first part because they play aggressive anyway, and it will be rewarded. So, pretty crazy shit, guys. Pretty crazy shit. Now, that is literally game 1. I'm going to be doing this entire game, or this entire series, I should say, and put that shit on YouTube. So, if you guys enjoy this, if you'd like to see more replays and stuff, let me know. I am more than willing to continue to do these because they are not only educational and fun for me, but also a lot of people seem to request them and like them. But G2, credit in this series. That first game should have been theirs. Rightfully so. Off of mistakes, playing patient, making changes, worked out really well. The biggest thing to point out is after all this shit went down, the patience to not go for that stuff up on the wall was great. So, good shit. Absolutely love it. Credit to both teams.